This is an interesting part of the online course that we have been doing. Today we'll be learning about how to modify our drawings and in other words how to edit the drawings. For AutoCAD there are so many commands that helps you to edit your drawings or modify your drawings. But today I'll be taking you through how to move an object, how to copy an object, how to offset and how to rotate an object. For the move and copy, the procedures are the same. The only difference is that instead of issuing or instead of activating the move command, you activate a copy command. If that is if you want to copy, but the procedures are the same. So I will be teaching that of the move, how to move an object, and you in the house you use the same procedure to copy an object, but for that one you activate the copy command. All right, so in moving an object, there are three ways to do that, and the first one do not involve the move command. The first way of moving an object, you don't have to activate any move command, and that one that does not apply to the copy. But for the other two, procedures or the two methods, they apply to the copy. So starting with the first method. For the first method, if you want to move an object, you just select the object, then you hold the center here. These blue things on the object. You move it to wherever you want to move it. Then you drop it by left clicking. You left click, you move it, you left click again to drop. You can again move the individual ends by holding the end, move it, then you drop. You hold the other end, you move it, then you drop. For objects like a rectangle, you cannot use this method to move it, but you can use this method to move the individual sides. Taking this for instance, this line for instance, this is a whole thing on its own, and it has a center here. So you can move it by holding the center, and then you drop it wherever you want to place it. But for this rectangle, there is no center in here. But for the size or for the individual size of the rectangle, it has its centers, so you can edit it or you can move the centers, adjust it by holding or left clicking on it. You move it, then you drop. Very simple. Let's move to the next one, which involves the move command, which also applies to the copy approach. Okay, starting with that one, you have to activate your move command, and to do so you have to do one of the following. It's either you type move at the command line, or you type M at the command line, or you locate move to at the modify panel. This is the modify panel and this is the move to. So should in case you are to copy, this is the copy to, and should in case you want to type the copy at the command line, or you want to activate it by using the command line, you type copy and then you press enter, or copy then you press enter, or you type CO then you press enter. CO is a shortcut for copy, and then M is a shortcut for move. Now after using any of the approach to activate the move command, you select the first approach, you select your object, then you press spacebar or enter. You choose a reference point, you move your object to the position or to the location that you want it to be. You drop it, or you key in the move distance or move displacement. So let's say I want to move my object from the original point to where I want to place it at a distance of, let's say, 6,000. You type the 6,000, then you press enter or spacebar. For the second approach, you select the object, then you activate the move command. If you've noticed here, for the first one I just taught you, you would have to activate the command before you select. But in this case, you will select the object before you activate the command. So you can move multiple objects. Then you type copy, or let's say move. You choose a reference point, then you move the object to the location or where you want it to be placed. Then you left click to drop it, or you type the move distance to place it. So now that I'm done with the how to move an object, you can use the same approach to copy an object. But the difference is that in a copy, you get an original and then a duplicate of the original. Now let's move on to how to offset an object. To offset an object, let's first know how to activate the offset command. When you want to activate the offset command, it's either you type O at the command line, or you type offset at the command line, then you press enter or spacebar, or you can locate it at the modify panel. So this is offset and this is the modify panel. When you go to the modify panel, then you locate your offset, you left click, then it automatically activates. So let's start to know how we can use the offset in modifying our drawings. To offset an object, you first select the object, then you activate the offset command. Afterwards, you choose a reference point by left clicking. Then you key in your offset distance. So let's say I want to offset this particular object at a distance of 1,000. Then you press enter. So this is my 1,000. Let's try it with this object again. You select the object, you activate the offset command, you choose a reference point, then you key in your offset distance. For this one, let's assume the offset distance is 600, let's say 400. Then you press enter. So now this is it. We are done with the offsetting of an object. Let's move on to how to rotate an object. To rotate an object, you first select the object, then you activate the rotate command. And you can activate the rotate command by typing RO at the command line, or typing rotate at the command line, or you locate it at the modify panel. This is the modify panel, then this is your rotate. You just click on it and it automatically activates. Now, knowing how you can activate your rotate command, let's get onto how to rotate the object itself. You first select the object, you activate your rotate command, you choose a reference point. Let's say I want to rotate it about this point. You choose, then you move your cursor around in any way that you want to rotate it. So let's assume I want to rotate it this way. I left click to drop it. You can again do, we have some type of rotate, which is quite advanced. You first choose your center point where you want to rotate your object about. That's the orbit. So you choose your orbit, then you type R, or you locate reference at the command line. You first click your first point, then you click your other point. So this time around, you hold 2 points in rotating the object. So you rotate the object to the position or the orientation that you want. Then you drop it by left clicking. So that is all for today.